Hey guys, it's Matt from MFC. I'm one of the personal trainers over here. And today I want to just talk about mobility, and particularly mobility for men. I'm in my mid-30s now, I just had a birthday, and I know for sure that 10 years ago, I definitely had less aches and pains, and a lot of that is because as we age, we tend to lose joint health and joint integrity and mobility. So strength training is great, lifting is great, but we want to make sure that we're taking some of that time in our workout each day and taking some of that and putting into joint mobility, moving our joints well. There's a couple men in my family, they're a little older, they're in their 70s now, but they're two brothers, and one of them, the last 20 years, he's been pretty sedentary. He hasn't moved, he's been doing a lot of sitting, and the last 5 years he's had both hips and both knees replaced. His brother, who's a couple years younger, has been doing yoga regularly 2 days a week, as well as some strength training and calisthenics, and he's made just an effort in his mind to just keep his mobility in his body and his joints and his hips, and he has no arthritis problems. He's extremely healthy, and he has the mobility of a child. So I know there's something to this stuff. I strongly encourage you to make an effort every session to do it. Otherwise, if you don't use your joints and move them, you're gonna lose them. It's just a matter of time. So let me show you one of the best mobility drills that overall gives you a good handle on what kind of range of motion your joints have and how much pain some of these movements can cause. So you can find out where you might be tight and where you need to really improve on your mobility. So I call this the Strider stretch. We're gonna be down in a high plank position. Make sure your shoulders stay over your hands, and I want you to swing your left foot around. You should be able to get your foot all the way to the outside of your hand. So if you're back here and you're struggling to bring your foot around, that's inner thigh and glute and possibly hip flexor tightness, okay? So you should be able to get that foot right by the hand. Push your hips really low, and then at this point I'm gonna have you rotate up, and you should be able to get this hand all the way up here. If you're lacking rotation, that's upper back, chest, and shoulder mobility, okay? You should be able to get all the way up there, bring your hand back down, and then do a hip lift. And your legs should be able to get completely straight. That's hamstring flexibility. So if you can't get past here or so, then you need to work on your hamstring stretching, right? Kick that foot back and do the same thing on the other side and go through all that again. But yeah, I recommend going through that Strider stretch, pay attention, slow it down, and take your time with it. Don't rush through that. Figure out where you're tight, and then from there, you can really work on isolating your issues as far as where you might be tight. So I really recommend you work that hard and figure out a mobility program. If you need help with any of that, come to MFC. We've got a lot of male trainers that have great mobility and flexibility, so we'll be able to help you out with all that. Other than that, enjoy.